Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be talking about the new news that we got on the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Pretty much the information we got was the protagonist, or the main character of the book, and we got an excerpt of the book. So a random piece of the book, and I got to read it. So whoa. Let's just say I have a lot of thoughts and feelings. I found out today about this whole thing randomly. I got out of my first class of the day and just checked my phone when I was about to walk down the street. This was probably a dangerous time for me to find this out, but I saw in my DM someone's tweeted me, whoa, here's this article, you need to read this. It's pretty much an article saying the hero of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and here's an excerpt. So I thought this was fake at first, it had fan art on it, and I was like, what is this? But this is real. It's Entertainment Weekly, the article that I read. Pretty much this has taken the internet by storm. Lots of negative opinions, a few positive ones, but mostly negative opinions, at least on Twitter today. I have tweeted a little bit of how I feel about it because I literally was just dying to talk about it. I had to wait till many hours later to come home and film this video. So if you don't already know, President Snow is going to be the main character of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This didn't come as that much of a shock to me because, me and my friend Julia kind of talked about how this book could possibly be the perspective of the Capitol, and that's pretty much what this book is seeming like it's going to be. It's President Snow as he's really young. It's a rich, arrogant white man in a freaking corrupt society, and he's not the president yet. He is from a high privileged family, I believe, just a wealthy family, and I think he, as described as in the original trilogy, he kind of climbed his way to the top, but not in the most respectable type of ways. He used poison and just ways to freaking deceive people. Stuff like that. He was not great. Also, if you can hear this, my President Snow is like a maraca. There's something in his head. He's like a maraca. So in general, the fact that he is the main character, I don't have a problem with that personally. Here's what I gotta say. Let me set this down. We knew from the beginning when this book was announced, it is set 64 years before the original book, The Hunger Games. So this is my dog just hit the thing, sorry. So this is around the 10th Hunger Games, and the book is described as it starts off on the reaping of the 10th Hunger Games. When you think about it, we knew that there was only 4 options of characters that could be the lead. The first one is President Snow himself. He is young, but he is alive at this point. He is an old man in the freaking original trilogy. The second option that could be is Mags. The only thing that conflicted about this was she, I believe, won the 11th Hunger Games, and a lot of people thought she was going to be the main character, but she won the 11th Hunger Games. It didn't necessarily completely fit. The third person that is alive that could possibly be the lead is the first Victor of District 12. We knew from the original trilogy that there was another Victor before Haymitch, but they were not alive anymore, so we never met them, and Haymitch didn't really say that much about them. The fourth option for a lead character is a random person that we've never met before. So honestly, seeing people's outroar of being super mad and being like, why wasn't it Haymitch? Why wasn't it Finnick? Why wasn't it all these other people? But we already knew that it couldn't be those people. So I don't know why it's such a shock. I'm not gonna lie, I would love a Finnick book. I would love a Haymitch book. I would love a Johanna book. I would love all those freaking books. I would like any book pretty much that I am gonna get. But I don't really get why it's such a shock that President Snow is the lead. The whole thing that a lot of people are mad about, and myself included, I don't like this. Before I get into this, I'm about to use my phone, and here's my Hunger Games phone case that I got for Christmas. It is adorable. I love it. But the article from Entertainment Weekly is written by David Canfield, and this was posted at 11 a.m. this morning, which is right when my class started. How unfortunate. So I have it highlighted, this quote. I might do a screenshot so y'all can see this, but this line sticks out specifically. It talks about the past books, and it says, "Those were Katniss Everdeen's novels. After all, and Snow's dictatorial presidency stood as the main antagonist to her resistance underdog story. But what if there was more to him than we knew? What if he could be, crazy as it may sound, a hero?" The hero thing is what is driving the internet insane. And understandably so. I don't like the choice of the word hero. No, like, he is not a hero. I honestly don't know if this was a thing that he was told to write, if he thought that because he's the main character that he's a protagonist and he's gonna be a hero and blah 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 blah. I have no idea, but all we know is that Suzanne Collins did not say that this dude was about to be a hero. I think this book would be super interesting if it is from his perspective and we watch him in his descent to evil, essentially, and see how he got the way he was, because honestly we don't know that much about his backstory. Some people seem not to really want his backstory. I think it'd be really interesting. From the start that this book was announced, I was hoping that we would see President Snow or anything about him so we could just see him getting power or anything about it. But now we're gonna get a shit ton. So, okay. People are furious because of the whole thing, calling him a hero and a protagonist of this story. Honestly, I just don't know how Suzanne Collins could possibly ever write Snow as a hero. He may not start off that bad at the beginning of the book, but how else could she continue off the book without having an ending in an evil place? He is an evil man. He is a terrible man. And that will never be taken away from him, even after reading this book. I don't care what freaking happens to him in his life. He is a terrible person. I need to get stuff off my chest. It was really hard to see all of the freaking hatred going on Twitter today. Seeing everybody just being like, oh, this book is going to be terrible. It's the worst thing ever. Like, oh my god, why did we ever trust this? Blah, 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 blah. And I understand people's fear. You know, I'm scared that I'm not going to like the book. You know, everybody has that fear whenever one of their favorite books is coming back or there's going to be a new installment or something. But honestly, how can we just take what an article said and just freaking say that the book's going to be terrible? I'm not saying the book isn't terrible. We just don't know yet. Like, we can't say, oh my god, this book sucks, before we read the book. This is a problem I've seen many times. People freaking rating books on Goodreads 1 star before the book is even out or before they even read it. And it genuinely bothers me. And today I saw a lot of that. I'm not trying to be controversial. I normally keep my thoughts to myself. But this is my favorite series. So it was just rough to see people instantly being like, wow, this book is going to be absolutely terrible. There's no hope for it. Absolutely not. Suzanne Collins is a money cash grabber because she don't know what she's doing, blah, 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 blah. And I can see people's frustration, but I'm still genuinely super excited about this book. I want to see the point of view in the Capitol, because here's what I'm going to say. No matter what, people were going to be mad about this book. Some people wouldn't like the idea of seeing inside the Capitol during the Hunger Games. Some people would. Me included. And then other people, if we did get like maybe a Mag's story of her and her Hunger Games, what would we get? Like, we would just get another Hunger Games. People would call it repetitive. Like, let's just be real. Someone would find a problem with any type of way that she's gonna put it. Every book has the haters. Every book is not gonna be loved. And this one's just such a huge freaking thing that boom. No matter what, there's gonna be people that are not happy with what's going on. But as a giant Hunger Games fan, I'm just so happy she's even writing anything. I've said that from the start. I thought she was never coming back. I was just hoping one day she'd write any book. Like, just any book at all. I was just hoping one day she'd write a book again. And the fact that she's jumping back into this world, it's a freaking blessing. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna judge it until I freaking read it. I will let you know for sure when I read this book, whether or not I like it or not. And I truly hope that it is something that I love. I want to love it so much. And even if I hate it, I still feel like I'm going to have enjoyment while reading it. So I'm going to start talking about the excerpt that we got. in this article. There's also fan art that was released of young President Snow. He kind of ugly though, like, I'm sorry, he's not cute. And the excerpt was kind of interesting. I will say that Susan Collins has never been known for this amazing writing style. She doesn't write that amazing. Really, what made the book so good was the characters and the powerful story, and it just made it so much better. And I kind of feel this way about J.K. Rowling's writing style as well. Like, I just don't feel like they write in this crazy, amazing way, but the characters and stories that they create are just so freaking amazing that we can't help but love them. So reading the excerpt, it's pretty much plain writing. Like, there's nothing special to it, and I'm not gonna be mad at you if you don't think it's like that great, but it's the story. Like, for me, like, it's never been about her writing. It's been about the characters and the story and the world. It's so interesting to me. So what we found out from this excerpt was that we are starting from the 10th Hunger Games, as we know. But apparently this is going to be the first Hunger Games in the form of as we know them. What I mean by that is that it's described that the 9 other Hunger Games before that were kind of just gladiator style. Like, they just throw you in there, some weapons, boom, they want you to kill each other. That's that. It was never like an extravagant event with Caesar Flickerman and like everything. It was never like that. But this year, after the dark days and everything, they want to bring in mentors. So they're having capital people be the mentors. Pretty much President Snow is going to be the mentor for the girl from District 12 of this year. And I have a theory. My theory is that the girl from District 12 that he is mentoring is going to be the first victor of District 12 that was mentioned in the first Hunger Games book, or whenever it was mentioned, that we never heard from, was dead in the trilogy, but we never met her. I think it's a her. So correct me if I'm wrong. If this was a man, I really think it was a woman that did, just from my memory. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure. I think that would be interesting if it is her. My friend Julia mentioned, wonder if President Snow and this girl fall in love. And honestly, I will throw up if there's any romance with him with anybody. Especially her. I will despise the idea of anything like that happening, because he is a terrible man. He will always be a terrible man, and I do not think he should have that at all. But you can honestly see that happening, and I'm scared. I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm not gonna like that for sure. We found out about the person who is said to have created the Hunger Games. Their name is Dean Saska Highbottom. And I don't think we ever knew anything about them. I don't think we've ever learned about them. But pretty much the whole excerpt is a bunch of the Capitol people getting assigned their tributes. Snow gets his at the end, and he's really not happy that he is going to be mentoring the girl from District 12, because you know how the Hunger Games was. They felt like as the district number got higher, they didn't like them as much. They valued like District 1 and 2 way more than the other ones. So he feels like this is an insult to him that he got the District 12 girl. You see, he's not a hero. How can you tell me, like, if this somehow happens that this is like a real thing and she's gonna try and make him a hero, which I highly doubt. Like, it's starting off bad already. He's already a douchebag. I don't understand how you could possibly call him a hero, but okay. That's pretty much it for what that was. The excerpt was pretty much just talking about getting his mentor people, and the writing style wasn't anything special, as I already said, but I'm still highly intrigued, super excited about this book, and I'm gonna continue to try not to get heated about people's immense hatred for this book before it even has come out. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to know. I'm sure a lot of you probably don't like it. Some of you probably do like it. Just let me know how you're feeling. Like this video, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below, and go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked, and goodbye.